Namaste, y'all. Welcome to All About Procrastination today. My name is Becca, YogaBex Cummings, here at the All About HQ in Austin, Texas. Welcome, welcome. As you're logging in for this love stream today, let me know where you're tuning in from. And I've misplaced my phone, so unfortunately I won't be able to see the chat, but let me know where you're tuning in from. I always go back into the comments after the love stream and interact with you. And let me know how this is landing for you, if you're resonating with any of this that's streaming through me today. So, why do I know about procrastination? Because I've been there. So, procrastination is it's a strategy. It's a behavior. There's some payoff that we get from procrastinating. Okay, it may not seem like it, but there is some sort of payoff that we get from the behavior, the strategy, the habit of procrastinating. Okay, procrastination is a delay, it's a tardiness, I learned a new word, it's a dilatoriness, being dilatory, which means tardy, and a slowness of motion, or actually being late. Okay, so when we're procrastinating, we're putting something off. And so as I mentioned, it is a strategy, right? And all behavior serves a purpose. All of our behaviors serve a purpose, even if there are pros and cons or consequences to the behavior. It does serve a purpose. And it is anchored in our psyche, in our subconscious. And it may be that we're avoiding feeling something, or we're numbing something out. So avoiding feeling something, soothing something, or we're attached to something. Okay, so avoidance or attachment could be operating here. And oftentimes our procrastination is a symptom of something deeper. We'll dive into that here in just a moment. But procrastination, if you think about it, like in my own experience, it allows me to be hyper focused and really channel energy and focus on the task at hand. And this occurs when there's a deadline. Okay, so there's kind of two types of procrastination, or two realms really. So one where there's a deadline that allows you to then, as the deadline is approaching, you get more and more focused and you really channel your energy and focus on getting your stuff done. And then there's another realm of procrastination, which is, as business owners, we deal with this a lot, where there isn't necessarily a deadline in place. And so that causes us to never actually get some certain things done unless we place a deadline. Okay? The other thing that can help, and this goes into the deeper roots of the procrastination behavior, is recognizing that it has deeper roots. Okay? So maybe we're not lazy per se. Perhaps we're overwhelmed. We're overwhelming our system with to-dos. When we feel so overwhelmed that then we can't do anything. Okay? Maybe we're underinspired. And so we don't have a strong enough why or a deadline to help us channel our energy and our focus towards a task. So overwhelmed, uninspired. Another thing that can happen sometimes is just distraction. There's that shiny object syndrome. So like, ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. Oh, this would be fun to do. So like ping-ponging around. And that happens a lot of times because you are highly intelligent and you have the capacity to observe and notice a lot of different elements. Okay? And as creators, as artists, you're like always looking for, new colors of paint to bring in, or new resources to dive into and explore and add to your understanding. We're about, gathering different elements as we're creating something. So if you're creating a course or writing a book, you're really going down some rabbit holes and doing research, and these things serve a purpose, but sometimes we get so focused going down that rabbit hole that then the task at hand, the thing that we need to be getting done, we kind of drain all our energy towards that, and we don't have energy to put towards the one thing that we need to be doing in the moment. So lacking a strong why, lacking a strong pull towards what you want to do, or inspiration, can cause procrastination, or just not feeling like not having strong enough desire or want for it. At any rate, there's a feeling of split energy. Okay, so there's a feeling of split energy, like one foot on the gas, one foot on the brake. And we can often have layers of, stress or guilt or judgment that go along with the behavior. Okay, so just knowing that, be a little more compassionate with yourself and see if you can see yourself and look at the behavior very objectively and curiously. So there's certain layers and levels of feelings that are wrapped up in everything we do. And so getting curious and inquiring, am I really hungry in this moment, or am I, avoiding something? Am I avoiding doing the thing that I want to be working on because I have a fear of success or a fear of failure? It can have, some big reasons there for why you're avoiding doing the thing. And again, it's just a pattern of behavior. It's just a habit. It's something we've grown accustomed to doing that has some sort of payoff, but also has some cons. So who are my procrastinators that are putting the pro in procrastination? Yes, I can relate, right? There's some sort of, with procrastination, I don't want to hold this too close to my computer because it is a magnet, but there's some sort of inertia going on. So we have this little bear who's laying there. So there's some sort of inertia, right? There's some sort of inertia. There's something you're attached to or you're avoiding doing, and it can be really hard to pull ourselves off of that, what we're attached to or what we're avoiding, right? Because it's a comfort to us. It's a comfortable place. We're in our comfort zone. And a lot of times when we're procrastinating, we're being asked to do something that takes us out of our comfort zone, out here outside the comfort zone, okay, where we're expanding out, we're being creative out there, but it can be uncomfortable. There can be a lot of uncertainties, a lot of unknowns, a lot of feelings that you're not used to, and we tend to go back to what's comfortable, okay? We tend to hang out there. That's just our tendency as humans, all right? So just consider this. You have a habit of getting distracted? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Like on your computer, do you ever have like so many windows open on your browser, on your computer, that it starts to work more slowly and you got to just close some of those windows, okay? Or are you underinspired? Do you not have a strong enough why or want power to work on this? A lot of times we're attached to the outcome, or we have some sort of perception to the outcome that is preventing us from doing the things that need to be done. And again, procrastination, for those of you who are procrastinators, which I know I'm not the only one, when that deadline's approaching and you really got to do the thing, you are so focused and you feel more efficient, and distractions have fallen away now because they have to, right? Because the clock is ticking and now the thing really has to get done. So it allows you to be very efficient in a way, because all the extraneous things fall away. You don't have time to read another book or do this or that. You've got to get the thing done. And oftentimes it's there's a payoff to that because it ends up being amazing. You got it done and it was amazing, but now you're very exhausted. So there's also cons that arise as well. So think about energy for a moment. Let's just think about things energetically. And this allows you to have more compassion with yourself. So the first thing is being aware that you're doing it, having compassion for yourself, recognizing that there's some deeper things going on here that may be perpetuating the pattern. And then just being that witness to yourself. Okay, so forgiving yourself and getting curious and being the witness. So thinking about energy, just thinking about the behavior or the pattern energetically, energy is either moving, circulating, integrating, or stagnant. Okay, so it's either moving and circulating, integrating, which is a combo of movement and stillness, or stagnant, or you could think of stagnant as still, but stagnant sort of has a judgmental connotation. But just think of stagnant water. Like when water isn't flowing, it can become stagnant. There can be a lot of junk that is like scum and junk on the surface. And when you circulate it, when you get it moving again or remove the blocks so it can flow, then it clears itself, okay? And it feels better too. Like you feel better when you have some movement, and then you have built in periods for rest. So a lot of times what happens is we overwhelm ourselves and then have to pause. Like we have to just completely stop what we're doing, or we don't know where to start. Okay, so we get stuck in our head, we get overwhelmed, we have too many windows open on our browser, and then we've got to pause, be still, and integrate and figure out like what is my next step, what's the most important for me to be working on in this moment. What sort of conditions or expectations am I placing on myself that are unrealistic? Really getting curious and being compassionate with yourself, and just recognizing that this is a pattern of behavior and all behavior serves a purpose, and that we can make these behavioral changes with awareness and compassion. And I'm going to be diving deeper into this, including and this may not be true for you, but sometimes procrastinators have a program running in their subconscious of self-sabotage. So take a look at your procrastination. Is it related to a fear of success or a fear of failure? Do you have a fear of making a mistake? Are you too hard on yourself? And if that's the case, dive in with me on Sunday. I've got a free webinar. It's called 3 Surprising Things About Self-Sabotage. It's this Sunday, April 25th at 3 p.m. Central Time. And you can RSVP at allaboutwoo.com. Just go to allaboutwoo.com. I don't have a way to put that in the comments, but I put it in the description of this video. And I'll hop into the comments after this live stream and put it right there for you. But allaboutwoo.com. Register for this event and dig a little deeper. Let's get to the root of the procrastination, because procrastination, sometimes can be really, have a lot of pros or positive outcomes, but sometimes it's extremely stressful and takes you into that cycle of self-judgment, which isn't good for anyone, right? You don't want to be hard on yourself. You want to be loving and kind to yourself. And this is just a habit or a pattern of behavior that's become established in the subconscious that we do have the power to change these things through repetition and through getting into that subconscious mind. So you'll learn some things on Sunday. It's how to rewire and reprogram your subconscious so that you can have less stress and be more efficient and be nicer to yourself. Okay? So, and just remember, it is often a sign of high intelligence. You can give yourself a pat on the back there for being so intelligent. Now let's get you out of the head and into the heart and into flow. Get that energy circulating and integrating Thank you for listening today, guys. Thank you for being here. Appreciate y'all. All about procrastination. And again, hop into that training on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be on Zoom. So we'll be able to interact with each other and have some Q&A. You'll learn 3 surprising things about self-sabotage, as well as some tools to get you back on track. Namaste, y'all.